Hey folks, it's Ted Cantu. I'm here on Liberty Street. Yes, Liberty Street, Ann Arbor, Michigan. This is kind of where I got started so many years ago. And I'm just kind of doing like a contrast of where I am now and where I was then and all of that. Because, as we say, we may not be the young ones very long. Ah, little Rick Mayall. Some of you probably didn't know I painted, right? This is Leaving from Fear. What you say? I don't care about you. Oh no, but I do. So a long time ago, I used to have these crazy punk rock adventures on these streets. Now I'm back to teach you all some healthy lessons about how to take care of yourself. And today we're doing this thing with how to feed your brain. I think that's a really great thing to do and to work on, because without the proper nutrition for the brain, it really does drive our ambitions, our actions. Our actions become habits. Our habits hence become our character. And our character is actually our brand. Yeah. That means like basically a brand is what people say about us behind our backs. That's your brand. It's true. People always say, well, a brand has to be your mission statement. Your mission statement has to be your purpose, your drive. I mean, come on, it's so academic. Basically, at the end of the day, it's like whatever people say about you behind your back is really your brand. So today, we're going to fix our inner man or our inner woman and talk about how to feed our brains. Sounds bizarre, I know. Let me just start out the easy way. So this over here is organic brain support. You see that? Got this crazy green screen effect. There you go. Now you can see it. It's got matcha, Bacopa, lion's mane, and a lot more. It's a smoothie boost and has organic adaptogens. It's a plant-based caffeine. Wow. Amazing grass, it's called. And let me just kind of give you a real quick summary. Wheatgrass is good for chlorophyll. Really strong. Matcha is good for caffeine and amino acids. It's a natural caffeine. Lion's mane is an organic mushroom. Hmm. Okay. And Bacopa extract is a staple plant used in traditional Ayurvedic therapies. Now, I've been really, really into the Ayurvedic lately because of just all the great things I've been hearing about this thing called, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, Ashwanga, which is Ayurvedic, and that's supposed to be really good for healing the brain. And we're talking about the limbic system, which drives all the emotions, which is the middle part of the brain. Remember, there's three parts of the brain. There's a neocortex in the front, which also has our reticular mind, right? Which basically means that all the things that we basically hold important for, you know, what we can see and feel in front of us, our five senses. But the limbic brain is in the middle. That's the second part of the brain, which really is about the emotions. You want to make sure that's really balanced. And then, of course, the back part of the brain is the subconscious mind back here, records everything. And it's like our software that we run on. Now, I've been really interested about brain nutrition as I'm going through this process of reprogramming my subconscious mind and also keeping my emotions in check. because I realized that that's a big part of my drive. So this is uh this is important, and I think right now I'm on day 81. Oh, and I've been pumping these videos out, trying to keep it as much informed as I can. So I actually sprinkle some of this stuff into a smoothie because I'm brave and I'm an action taker. So I've got this chia seed and fruit. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Look at this right here. Chia seeds, strawberries, blueberries, and almond milk yogurt. It's a chia pudding with fresh fruit and blackberries and blueberries and raspberries. And you got to get this thing super fresh because it starts to get a little fermented in a couple days. So actually, it's a bit strong tasting. And you want to put some honey in it. That's what I did. Because this other stuff, it's the wheatgrass, It's very, how can I say, it's very grassy. It's almost like if I didn't know any better, it'd be like you're tasting lawn clippings or something. It's very, you can smell the green, the chlorophyll. It's just not appetizing. I don't like wheatgrass. The shots, the juice, it's very, very strong. Um, but if you do it this way, you just sprinkle it in your food, and it's not so bad, really. But you got to put some honey in here. And I'll do one more berry. Mm, that one's that, one, that was very fermented, so it's time to eat this up. All right. Mm. All right, enough of that. Chia seeds. What does it do for the brain? Chia seeds have a very high concentration of omega-3 fatty acids. In fact, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds contains close to 2 milligrams of omega-3s. And these nutrients play a role in functioning on serotonin and dopamine, both which are critical to mood and mental health. Yes, dopamine, serotonin, and good mental health. I figured as much, but wow, omega-3s are incredible. And I'll tell you something else about that whole process as the chia seeds, when they plump up like that, they get like this jelly consistency around them. And once they're inside your body, they're like cleansers. They actually cleanse your lower intestines and help you eliminate and really keep you in a good space mentally, energetically, which is really what you want because you really can't get that from sugar. So chia seeds and other benefits can help with weight loss. Excellent source of fiber. More fiber than twine, more or less, and improves your heart health. Now, we were talking about the heart being the spiritual center of the body, and it kicks off a lot of magnetic frequency, up to 3 meters, I think it was, along with the brain. Reduce cholesterol levels and promotes intestinal health. Oh, it also has alpha linolenic. acid, or the ALA, for the weight loss. You can also get them in a powder, this chia seed, but I like them whole, and that's pretty good. So, what else can I tell you about it? Chia seeds. We had a bag like this, and it was ground up chia seeds, and they had the same quality of when you put them into almond milk or water, they actually plump up, even though they're all ground up. It's a good thing to have. All right. Um, Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna keep this going. I just picked up a bag of spirulina, and you can get this on Amazon for about maybe like, I don't know, 14 bucks. And it's really great for many reasons. It's a blue-green algae, and this helps with your memory. Memory. Stimulates the brain and the nervous system, and vital for keeping your memory loss at bay. And it's good for your overall well-being. And it can increase dopamine production. Wow. And it's great for the loss of dopamine neurons due in the brain from inflammation. Inflammation. That's interesting. If inflammation in the body depletes the mind of dopamine, would lead to irrational thoughts and irritability. In other words, you can go from 0 to 100 on the anger meter, which explains a lot of East Coast behavior I've seen. You remember the guy I was telling you about at Kinko's who wanted to take on the world? He wanted to beat up the whole street. That kind of stuff. Wow. So this one says about spirulina. Um, okay, so organic spirulina is naturally occurring superfood that is dense in nutrients, including protein and health-enhancing antioxidants. Better Nutrition's organic spirulina includes, this is a 5-step quality process tested for heavy metals, microbials, and purity. This is grown on an organic farm using pure alkaline and underground spring water. Intense stuff, man. Uh, yeah. Wow. You know what I would do with this one actually was I would probably put this along with cranberry juice is a good one. Spirulina and a cherry extract is also really, really good for getting rid of inflammation in the kidneys and also your urinary tract, which you should flush out all of your major organs and get into the habit of doing that. But this actually helps with the brain as well. Wow. Especially the heavy metals. I like the idea that it gets rid of heavy metals. I recently started taking chlorella for the same reason, getting into the habit of taking out heavy metals in the body because you can acquire them through tap water. You can acquire it through some processed foods as well. But you don't really realize that over time, heavy metals in the body can really slow you down, make you depressed. And actually, the heavy metals will go to the weakest parts of the body. Now, after my COVID shot, I had a problem with my leg and walking, so I had to really be careful. But the heavy metals settled into a very weak part of my body by taking chlorella, spirulina, and just really, really watching my intake of, you know, processed foods and that sort of thing. I was able to eliminate that pain and was able to restore my regular walking again. So That was a really, really cool thing. All right. What else do I have? This is turmeric and ginger. The turmeric and ginger is really good. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. We'll do ginger first. Supports brain function. It's a wealth of antioxidants and potent anti-inflammatory properties. Ginger is believed to play an important role in health of your brain. Several animal studies have found that evidence that ginger extract can help protect against brain aging and cognitive decline. It also protects your brain cells. And ginger is very, very high in antioxidants. And it also can help tone down the immune uh, dysregulation in brain cells, and free radicals included brain cell damage that is responsible for the onset of diseases such as dementia, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's. Get some fresh ginger root and put it into your stir fries. You should be doing stir fries twice a week, maybe more if you can handle it. And you don't have to always use chicken, pork, and beef. You could do tofu. Tofu is actually a pretty good protein supplement. I like to use it. And after a while, you don't really feel like you're really missing anything. But and sprouts, of course, is really, really good. So this is pretty interesting stuff to know. And ginger is actually a mental stimulant, which is again, it's mood boosting neurotransmitters with serotonin and dopamine. Wow. Wow, no wonder I've been feeling so good lately. And also, uh, ginger may be effective in reducing anxiety. And it complements really well with saffron and turmeric. Now, turmeric's in here too, see? Turmeric and ginger. But it's also reducing depression and anxiety. Wow. I think that's a really cool thing. And ginger actually increases more dopamine and serotonin to fight mental illnesses like depression and anxiety. Holy cow. Yeah. All right. So then my next question was turmeric in the brain. And turmeric actually contains a polyphenolic secondary metabolite, curcumin. Uh, it improves brain health, including reducing degeneration. Wow. Increases better blood flow to the brain with cerebral oxygenation. And that's from a study from Brazil. Again, um, this has really great brain boosting ability with brain neurotransmitters, serotonin and dopamine, which reduces inflammation and encouraging brain plasticity. And it's also a strong antidepressant. Oh my goodness. Wow. And I gotta say, my next one is CoQ10. That's right here. Liquid CoQ10. You see this? I like the liquid one because it goes really quick into your cells. And mitochondrial concentrations in your brain, but also your cells. Build up the cells, build up the blood. Increases the brain mitochondrial connections and produces neuroprotective effects. Increases memory skills and cognitive abilities. And CoQ10 increases both brain mitochondrial concentrations. It's also useful for the treatment of neurodegenerative diseases. Wow. And helps with increasing alertness. It prevents brain fog and other memory conditions. Holy cow. Reduces inflammation and oxidative stress. So this is the stuff right here. Now, the last one is a personal favorite of mine. Apple cider vinegar, which is used a lot. I got rid of really, really bad varicose veins because I got flat feet, and they went away. I had them; they were about as black as this shirt on my legs and by my ankles, and I was able to really clean up my feet, my varicose veins, with this stuff. Dr. Bragg's apple cider vinegar, right here. It's a living food. $5 a bottle usually. And you want to get it that's with the mother in it because it's got the home of organic acids and enzymes. And what you do is you basically take this with fresh lemon, raw honey, and distilled water, and it makes a very powerful drink. And you're able to literally walk through walls with this stuff. Your daily dose of wellness. Mr. Bragg, the one who created this stuff, actually died disease free. I don't know if you know that. He actually was killed on a surfboard accident, of all things. And he was also the mentor for Jack LaLanne, the famous Jack LaLanne bodybuilder, and the Jack LaLanne juicer, which helped get me well. And also, he also died disease free. Lived to be a very old age. Apple cider vinegar in the brain. See what it says. Um, this reduces poor mood up to 34% people, as opposed to people who weren't taking it. So drinking a daily dose of apple cider vinegar could be very good for your mood and your brain health. And does it improve memory? Yes. It also has helped people with Alzheimer's disease, and it also helps with decreasing depression symptoms, and also helps with the overall mood state and a reduction of your depressed mood state. Helps with cognitive function. It slows down dementia. What's the negative side effects of apple cider vinegar? Running out. This is almost this. I mean, I go through a lot of this stuff, and it's got multi uses. You could also use this for dressings too in your food. You can also you can put it in your smoothies, homemade salad dressings and sauces. Powerful stuff. Anyway, so it's kind of like getting into a habit and a routine of using all of this stuff with you. And I think I'd probably really start out with these things. Also cleans out your liver, stomach, digestion. There's an apple cider detox that's good for to cleanse out your liver and flush out impurities from the body. You know, it's well, you might want to take a B complex too, B vitamins and B12 to really support a steady flow of cellular energy. I think it's kind of good to start out with like three things at once because you start with one, say, well, let me just try this for 6 months and see how it works out. That's a long time to test one thing. But I would really test out like three things because in a week's time you'll know if it's really working. You'll feel a difference. One thing I can tell you is that you'll sleep really well. We're talking about lucid dreaming and regular dream state, and you're starting to do some really good breakthroughs when you start dreaming about people you actually know in your real life. And also, you can start to figure out problems in your sleep life that affect your day life, your daily living. There's more of a holistic feeling there. And you actually feel pretty mellow. You don't feel anxious. You don't feel uh, revved up, and you can rest easy. Oh, just to talk about rest makes me tired. I used to be really amped up on stress, anxiety, depression, manic mood swings, up and down, irregular sleeping hours, panic, nightmares. I mean, I'm just being honest with you because I'm doing this live. Well, I shouldn't say live. I'm doing this video series to show you a transition of where I was, how I'm actually forming my new conscious and subconscious minds by creating new neurons and new activities and new patterns and habits to show you this stuff is real. Now, if your brain is actually firing to full capacity and you're working in all these tools, I want to share something I heard from Dr. Joe Dispenza, where he said that basically your magnetic field extends 3 meters out. You're like a radio tower, and you're able to absorb into more higher frequencies, higher frequency people, higher frequency situations, higher frequency living. Could be anything. New relationships, new business relationships, financial awareness and financial blessings. If that don't get you thinking about excited feelings about the new year, then I don't know what to tell you. If I had to do a 360 and go back to eating processed foods and everything else, I don't think I'd do very well. Oh God, this is just to show you where I was. I just pulled that book out of thin air, by the way. No, I'm kidding. I got it from my library. You can't see it because of the green screen effect. There's a big wall of books behind me. This one's called the Crazy Makers, and it's awful, as you can imagine. Um, how the food industry is destroying our brains and harming our children, even big kids like me. Was written by Carol Sumtachi. I'm probably going to butcher her name, but she's a certified clinical nutritionist and practice in Portland, Oregon. And she is really brutal. Um, Talking a lot in this one about artificial color in foods, the blue, the green, the red. It's in all the children's cereal, which some other nutritionists online call those cereals Frankengrains, which is really horrible because they destroyed the nutritional properties of the actual grains. Hmm. So, what I was going to say about processed foods was that the buns that your burgers come on from all of the fast food places will create depression. I don't know why that is. And I don't know what it is they put in there that makes the bread so toxic. I got super cleaned out, and the buns actually burned the roof of my mouth. I don't know what it was. It was the weirdest. It was the weirdest thing. But when you get completely cleaned out, it's hard to go back to this. And sugar too was something else that I had to really get rid of. And once you make that leap and that jump, it's good to do it for your body, absolutely. But the other thing was I didn't really put two and two together until recently when I read the Dispenza book about break the habit of being yourself, and I decided to feed my brain and plump it up with good healthy activity. uh, I know the whole rhetoric about all of these 420 shops saying that their products will, they can enhance your mood, help you relax. They'll help you zone out, basically. But I didn't want to be a zombie. I didn't want to do that because it's very hard to do work when you're under the influence of that stuff. I wanted to stay as clean as possible. And also, I didn't want anything to give me any kind of rapid thoughts. I wanted to control my own brain activity. And the reason why is because I was actually chasing after the habits of Henry Ford, Tesla, and Thomas Edison, and P.T. Barnum for the most part too, and Houdini, the greats. Those guys are fascinating to me. You all have your own heroes, and we talked about our heroes in the book. Um, what was it? Oh, that one a couple days ago about vibration. It was no Bantino, this guy, Bantino Massaro, talking about super accelerated living. And remember, we were talking about our heroes, and his was Superman. You might remember that one. And the people that you really feel that you identify with, they are the ones that drive your character, according to him. But it got me thinking about what I'm putting into my brain and becoming more consciously aware of it. Since I got the subconscious stuff cleaned up and all the junk and mental garbage that was put in there, all that programming, I got all that erased. But I wanted to feed the brain to see how far I could go. And that's something that it's not necessary that you all do it because I really can't force everyone to do what I do, even my dearest friends and family. But I wanted to do it because I want to see a difference because I realized that making resolutions isn't strong enough. And I wanted to push it and see how far it could go and journal what would happen. So, anyway, we're on day 81. So, feeding your brain obviously is important. We'll be talking more about these supplements as we keep going along, but it's going to become a part of my daily regimen. Oh, whoa. I'm sorry. I am tired. Okay, because we got more stuff coming your way. I got some new surprises and some new insight when it comes to business. We're going to take these spiritual laws and take them to the street and see what happens. And that's going to be really, really exciting. And I'm excited about that. So that's why I want to be also in tip-top shape. Also, if you're thinking about the brain thing, I'm going to show you. Oh, it's in the other room. Um, this Mocha Tonics thing. It's a chocolate drink that has vitamin B's in it. That's really, really good for the brain. And it's really uplifting. And we'll be talking about that probably next time. Because right now, I'm going to sign off before I fall asleep on you. And I don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm Ted Cantu, ex-art director from Chicago, New York, and Detroit. I'm also a spiritual coach and a subliminal, subconscious mind accelerator. You gotta get a new title. The Miracle Mind Shift is about enhancing your brain and enhancing your subconscious abilities to create a dream life, and actually the life you've always wanted to materialize in front of your eyes and take you to places that you can only dream about. Heaven and earth, as it is above, as it is below. And remember, if I can overcome my problems, you can too. And if you want to get me contact information, there's 248-277-6141. That's my phone. You could always email me at tedcantu@gmail.com. And you could go to my website, which is tedcantu.com. I want to thank you for joining me today. And go out to the health store and get some of this good stuff. And look forward to hearing your stories. We're starting to get some different comments now from people listening to the show, and they're reporting really, really good things. And if you have any questions, send them in and we can read them online together. All right? So with that information, I will see you next time. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you online.